Lahaquium, Hamathium, Hakat, Al-Rakawaf, Hatama'Allah, Lagarishan,
Bahashim Yahawashai,
Ba'ashim Yahushua,
the Wada Amun.
In the English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahushua, thank you, so be it.
Prayer for the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatha Yahweh.
Barakatha Yahweh.
Why Yahweh Shai.
Why Yahweh Shai.
Why Mayaka Allah.
Why Mayaka Allah.
Why Alahayim.
Why Alahayim.
Matazabaya.
Matazabia.
Alawap Yahana.
Alawap Yahana.
Alawapium.
Alawapium.
Asaranyam.
Asaranyam.
Quatazayanyam.
Quatazayanyam.
Hakoya Yoyum.
Hakoya Yoyum.
Wahagwatian.
Wahagwatian.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashim Yahweh Shai.
Bahashim Yahweh Shai.
The Wada Amun.
The Wada Amun. In the English, bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yahana, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it.
The 121st Psalm in Hebrew. Aisha, Ayanya, Ahaharium, Ma'ayan,
Yaba'a,
Isaiah, Ma'aim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shamayam, Wa'arataza, Al Yathan, Lamawat, Regalka, Al Yanawam, Shamarka, Hanala'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yayashun, Shawamar, Yasha Allah, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al-Yad, Yamyaka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'a, Yakaka, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Kalrai, Yashamar, Athnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'aka, Wabawa'aka, Mayatha, Wa'aid Awalam.
In English, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore.
The 83rd Psalm in Hebrew. Alahayim,
Al-Damayalaka,
Al-Thakarash,
Al-Thashakwat, Al
Kayahana, Awayabyaka, Yahama, Yawan, Ra'ash, Al-Imaka, Ira Yamwa, Sawada, Wayatha, Ya'ai Tazawa, Al-Tazapawanyaka, Amarwa, Lakawa, Wanakakidam, Magoya, Wala'a, Yazakar, Sham Yasha Allah, Iwada, Kaya, Nawa'ai Tazawa, Laba, Yakadwa, Alyaka, Barayath, Yakarathwa, Aholia, Alawam, Wayashimai, Alayam, Mawa'aba, Wahagarium, Gabal, Wa'aimawan, Wa'aimalak, Palashat,
Shah.
I'm Yeshabia.
I'm Yeshabia.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gam Ashawar.
Gam Ashawar.
Nalawa.
Nalawa.
Imam.
Imam.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Zarawai.
Zarawai.
Labanya Lawat.
Labanya Lawat.
Salah.
Salah.
Aishalaham.
Aishalaham.
Kamadin.
Kamadyan.
Kasaya.
Kasaya.
Sara'ah.
Sara'ah.
Kayabian.
Kayabyan.
Banakal.
Banakal.
Kwayashwan.
Kwayashwan.
Nashamadwa.
Nashamadwa.
Bayathan. Batsalagia. Bayan.
Bayan.
Da'ara.
Da'ara.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Daman.
Daman.
La'arama.
La'arama.
Shayatamwa.
Shayatamwa.
Nada.
Nada.
Yabmawa.
Yabmawa.
Ka'arab.
Ka'arab.
Bakazaba.
Wakazaba.
Bakazabat.
Wakazabat.
Bakatazol.
Wakatazol.
Manai.
Manai.
Kaunasaya Kamwa.
Kaunasaya Kamwa.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Nayarasha.
Nayarasha.
Lanawa.
Lanawa.
Af. Na'awaf.
Na'awa.
Alahayam.
Alahayam.
Alahaya.
Alahaya.
Shayatamwa.
Shayatamwa.
Kagogala.
Kagogala.
Kakwash.
Kakwash.
Lapanya Raraka.
Lapanya Rabaka.
Ka'ash.
Ka'ash.
Tabia Ira.
Tabayaira.
Ya'ira.
Yaira.
Wakalahaba.
Wakalahaba.
Talahat.
Salahat.
Harayam.
Harayam.
Khan.
Khan.
Taradapma.
Taradapma.
Basa Irika.
Basairika.
Wabasa.
Wabasa.
Wapathka.
Wapatka.
Tabahalam.
Tabahalam.
Mala'ah.
Mala'ah.
Panyaham.
Panyaham.
Kwalawan.
Walawan.
Wayabakwashwa.
Wayabakwashwa.
Ka.
Shimka.
Yahawa.
Yahawa.
Yabashwa.
Yabashwa.
Wayabaholwa.
Wayabaholwa.
Aidyaai.
Aidyaai.
Wayakaparwa.
Wayakaparwa.
Wayabadwa.
Wayabadwa.
Wayadayawa.
Wayadayawa.
Kaya Atha.
Kayatha.
Shimka.
Shimka.
Yahawa.
Yahawa.
Labadka.
Labadka.
Alyawan.
Alyawan.
Al-Kal Arataza.
Al-Kaha Rataza. In English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace. And be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult. And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kisan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb and like Zeeb. Yea, all their princes, as Zabah and as Almunah, who said, let us take to ourselves the house of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as a fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High of all the earth. Most High in Christ. You sharp. You just be seated. What's going on? Oh yeah, if I could, should lock you. You know, we usually dolo up here. Brother, if I could, right? If you could present yourself for Israel, please, Baba Kasha. State your pedigree.
Troop perform my part. Yahweh, Ban Yahweh,
Mm-hmm.
Ban Yashala.
Right. So you just say your name. Tribe. You got it. One more time.
Trooper Kwamapur.
Mm-hmm.
Yehuda.
Bon.
Ban Yehuda. Ban Yashala.
Trooper
Kamapar. Ban Yahawada. Ban Yashala. You get a salute. Put your attention. You get a salute.
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shabbarakatham.
Yahweh Shinab Shabrakatah. You want that one or you want the what seat? You want one of those seats?
Either one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, come on, take this one.
This is
It's
already
up here.
You don't need that. I don't need to put it on.
No, you don't need that.
I mean, if you want
Yeah,
to bring
bring your Bible. Bring your Bible. You might want. You
Yeah.
don't need the other one. Just bring the Bible. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't need the Bible.
So you'll be able to, read from the English.
Yeah, you can read it. And you don't nobody use your own Bible better than the other.
All right, my son Christ. You shot. Oh, Salakia.
Uh-huh.
Salakia. We usually
You the first man.
we usually be dolo up here.
We got it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we usually be dolo up here. Right? That works. Get some more. So Doc, you can hit this real quick. Splash. On the brother taking down some pathogens with him. Give you a salute again. Good to see you, brother. Seen you about 20 years, man.
You still out in Goldsboro, right?
Yeah, well, you're my.
All right.
I seen all of those.
Just bear with us 1 second, Israel.
Two letters in English under the
Yeah. Okay, you got the ancient and you got the Syrian. Just take this what I did. All I did, I got a notebook, right? Just for that. I just kept writing it over and over, writing it over and over. Now, that's what I did. I got a whole book just with that written in. You got to just, and you'll know that. Then you start trying to pronounce it. When you read it according to what you learn from, recite it over.
Son Christ. Good old chalice. All right, brother. Before you just little swig, what you gonna do? You gonna put your right hand over your chest. Grab this with your left. Grab this with your left. Turn to Israel, you're gonna get a salute. I got Shalom. Toast to Israel.
Lashala.
Shalom. Thumbs up.
You're the man.
Sir. Son Christ. Whoa. It's crazy. All right. So, Shah, please be seated. Yeah, the brother said you still working on it, right? Yeah.
So we're going to
Big priest Yanazar got you.
the book of Genesis 44 and 16.
Let's get it. Right, see what I'm saying? For those, you know what I'm saying, home that would like to, tag along, you know what I'm saying, to read along with us, you can go to blueletterbible.org. Right. You as well, you got your phone?
Test.
It's all right, matter of fact, we can pull it up in the joint. My joint right here. Right. For those at home, you go to blueletterbible.org. You know what I'm saying? Yanazar, what we picking up again?
Genesis 44 and 16, sure.
All right, just type in Genesis 44. Right, go down to verse 16. And press that blue button that says tools on the side, right? It'll pull up the Assyrian Hebrew for you. That way you'll be able to see what we're reading from. Right, and you can just Tag along as a brother reads in the Hebrew, right? So Yanazar, whenever you're ready.
Got one card, sir. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 44, verse 16 in Hebrew. Waya Amar, Yahawada, Ma, Na Amar, La Adanya, Ma, Na Debar, Wama, Na Taza Dakwa, Na Taza Tadak, Na Taza Tazak, Na Lakia, Salakia, Na Taza Tadak, Ha'alahayim, Ma Taza Ath, I won, I Bajaka, Hananawa, I Badim, La Adanya, Gum, Anaknawa, Gum, Ashar, Namataza'a, Hagab, Bayad, no, Salakia, Hagab, Bayai, Bayadwa. Verse 17. Wayamar, Kala Yala, Kalayala, Laya, Ma'ai Shawath, Za'ath, Ha'ayash, Ashar, Namataza'a, Hagabayai, Bayadwa, Hawa'a, Yahaya, Laya, Ibad, Wa'atham, Aliyawa, La Shalom, Al, Abiakam. Verse 18. Wayagash, Aliyawa, Yahawada, Waya Amar, Bayam, Adanya, Yadabar, Na'ah, Abadaka, Dabar, Ba'azanya, Adanya, Wa'al, Yakar, Apak, Badakwa, Ibadaka, Salakia, Badaka, Kaya, Kamawaka, Kaparai. Verse 19. Adanya, Sha'al, Sha'ala. Is it Sha'ala, Ath, Ibadyawa, La Amar, Hayash, Lakam, Ab or Abba, yeah, it's Abba, that's father. Awa, Ath. Is Sha'al? Come on, come. Let me go back there and take a quick look at it. Wow. Okay. Verse 20. Verse 20. Wana Amar al Adanya Yash Lanawa Abba Zaquan Wayalad Zaquanium Quatan Wa'akiawa Math Waya Wakar now Waya Wathar Hawa'a Labadwa La Amarwa Wa Abiyawa Ahabua. Verse 21. Watha Amar al Abajika Hawa Radahawa Alya Wa'a Shayamwa Shama Slakia Wa'a Shayama Ayanaya Alyawa. In verse 22, Wana Amar al Adanya La'a Yawakal Hana Ar Wa Izab Ath Abiyawa Wa Izab Ath Abiyawa Wama. Verse 22, this is the last one, right? Okay. Verse 22. Wana Amar al Adanya La'a Yawakal Hana'ar La'izab Ath Abiyawa Wa Izab Ath Abiyawa Wamath. Okay, so you pick it up at 16 in English.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 44 and verse 16. And Judah said, what shall we say unto my Lord? What shall we speak? Or how shall we clear ourselves? God hath found out of thy servants. Behold, we are my Lord's servants, both we and he also with whom the cup is found.
You understand? Remember Joseph put the cup in Benjamin's bag, right? I believe he put it in Benjamin's bag. You know what I'm saying? They done pulled him back. And remember that the agreement was what? Whoever the cup was found on, what, they had to die or be a servant? They had to die, right? To be put to death. You understand? So they found the cup in Benjamin's bag, and they're like, oh man, good night. Because of course they thinking, man, we ain't got no cup. What we gonna steal a cup for? You know what I'm saying? Found the cup in Benjamin's bag. Mind you, this is, you know what I'm saying, still Joseph, you know, messing with these cats, man, getting his get back on his brothers, you know what I'm saying, for what they did to him. You know what I'm saying? So we just picking up where we left off at, man. So we're gonna see where it go. Read on.
Kind, sir. Verse 17. And he said, God forbid that I should do so, but the man in whose hand the cup is found, he shall be my servant.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? He shall be my servant. He ain't gonna kill him. You gotta be my servant, though, right? Read on.
And as for you, get you up in peace unto your father. Verse 18. Then Judah came near unto him and said, O my Lord, let thy servant, I pray thee, speak a word in my Lord's ears, and let not thine anger burn against thy servant, for thou art even as Pharaoh. Verse 19. My Lord asked his servants, saying, have ye a father or a brother? Verse 20. And said unto my Lord, we have a father, an old man, and a child of his old age, a little one, and his brother is dead, and he alone is left of his mother, and his father loveth him. Verse 21. And thou saidest unto thy servants, bring him down unto me, that I may set mine eyes upon him. Verse 22. And we said unto my Lord, the lad cannot leave his father, for if he should leave his father would die.
Okay. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 44 and verse 23 in the Hebrew. Watha Amar al Ibadeka. La'a. Yarad. Akiakum. Hakwatan. Athakam. La'a. Fasapon. Zapo. Zap. Slakia. Fa. Sapawan. La Ra'awath. La Ra'awath. Panya. Verse 24. Wayahaya Kaya Al Yanawa Al Ibadaka Abia Wanagad Lawa Ath Debaria Adunya. Verse 25. Waya Amar Abianawa Shabwa Shabarwa Lanawa Ma'ait Akal. Verse 26. Wana Amar La'a Nawakal Laradath Yash Akianawa Hakwatan Athnawa Waya Radanwa Kaya La'a Nawakal Lara Awath Panya Ha'ayash Wa Akianawa Hakwatan Ayanawa Athnawa. Verse 27. Waya Amar Abadaka Abia Alianawa Athum Yada Itham Kaya Shanyam Yalada Laya Ashathia. Verse 28. Wayataza'a Ha'akar Ma'athia Wa Amar Ak or Aka Tarap Wala'a Wa Yathia Wa Aid Hana. Verse 29. Wala Katham Gum'ath Za Ma'aim Panya Wakwarahawa Wakwaraawa Asawan Waha Waradatham Ath Shayabathia Bara'ai Sha'Allah. Let me pick it up for 22.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 44 and verse 22. And we said unto my Lord, Kanukan. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 44 and verse 23. And thou saidst unto thy servants, except your youngest brother come down with you, ye shall see my face no more. Verse 24. And it came to pass when we came up unto thy servant, my father, we told him the words of my Lord. Verse 25. And our father said, go again and buy us a little food. Verse 26. And we said, we cannot go down if our youngest brother be with us. Then we will go down, for we may not see the man's face, except our youngest brother be with us.
So what they're saying is that they can't go back to their father without their brother. They can't look upon his face if they go back without their brother.
Verse 27. And thy servant, my father, said unto us, ye know that my wife bare me 2 sons. Verse 28. And the one went out from me, and I said, surely he is torn in pieces, and I saw him not since. Verse 29. And if ye take this also from me, and mischief befall him, ye shall bring down my gray hairs with sorrow to the grave.
He's saying, if you don't bring him back, I'm going to die. Yeah, this is going to kill me if you don't bring back. That's his beloved son. That's Benjamin. That was his favorite from his favorite wife. Benjamin and Joseph was his favorites. Okay, ain't nothing wrong with that because everybody has favorites. That's just the way life is. Okay, this is the book of Genesis. Go ahead, sir.
And everyone knows there's nothing wrong with that. The only people that have a problem with that are the people that are not the favorite. No woman is gonna be like, oh no, I can't be your favorite side piece. That's not fair. You gotta love your wife just as much as you love me. No woman says that. You know what I'm saying? If a man tells a woman, you're the only one I need, and I don't need nobody else. No woman says, no. You gotta love, all the other women in your life equally, just like me. No child says that if their father, their mother say they're the favorite. The only people that have a problem with that are the people that are not the damn favorite. You understand? If you were somebody's favorite, you wouldn't complain about a damn thing. You know what I mean?
Okay, this is the book of Genesis chapter 44, verse 30. Now, therefore, in the Hebrew, Wa'aitha, Kaba'aya, Al, Ibadka, Abiyah, Waha, Na'ar, Aya, Ayan Nawa, Ath Nawa, Wap Napashwa, Kwash Wara, Banapashwa. Verse 31. Wa Haya Kara Awathwa Kaya Ayan Hanaar Wamath Waha Waraya Wamha Warayadwa Abadjaka Ath Shayabath Abadaka Abianawa Baya Gawun Sha'Allah. Verse 32. Kaya Ibadka Irab Ath Hanaar Ma'aim Abiyah La Amar La Abiyah Anawa Abiyah Anawa Aliaka Waha Ta'athia La Abiyah Kal Haya Mayam. Verse 33. Wa'aitha Yashab Na'a Abadka Fakath Hana'ar Ibad La Adanya Wa Hana'ar Ya'al Aim Akyawa. Verse 34. Kaya Ayak Allah Al Abiyah Waha Naar, Ayanawa, Athia, Pan, Ara, Barai, Ashar, Yamataza'a, Ath, Abiyah. The next chapter. Turn on the next chapter. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 45, and verse 1 in the Hebrew. Wala'ah, Yakal, Yawasap, Laha, Fa'apak, Lakal, Hana Tazabia, Hana Tazabium, Salakia, Al Yawa, Wayakwara'a, Hawa Tazayaawa, Kal, Ayash, Ma'alia, Wala'ah, Imad, Ayash, Athwa, Baha, Hawadai, Baha, Wadai, Baha Wadai, Yawasap, Al, Akyawa. Verse 2. Wayathun, Ath, Kwolwa, Babakaya, Waya Shemayawa, Matazarium, Waya Shemai, Bayath, Parai. Go back to the next chapter, and you start at 30.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 44, and verse 30. Now, therefore, when I come to thy servant, my father, and the lad be not with us, seeing that his life is bound up in the lad's life. Verse 31. It shall come to pass when he seeth that the lad is not with us, that he will die, and thy servant shall bring down the gray hairs of thy servant our father with sorrow to the grave. Verse 32. For thy servant became surety for the lad unto my father, saying, if I bring him unto thee, then I shall Salakia, bring him not unto thee, then I shall bear the blame to my father forever. Verse 33. Now therefore I pray thee, let thy servant abide instead of the lad, a bondman to my Lord, and let the lad go up with his brethren.
So what he's saying here is like, let me take his place. You know, because if you keep this brother, our father's going to die. I'll take his place. I'll serve you instead of him, and let him go back to his father. You understand? And when the thing that I always want to bring out in these scriptures when we read, and especially in the Sabbath service, is how righteous our nature is. Like when you see that this is the beginning of Israel, you understand? And these are righteous brothers. They made a terrible mistake, but from that point on, their lives is bound on trying to correct that mistake. And that's what's going to lead up to, that's what's leading up to this story. You understand? And that's who we come from. And you understand? And they're always humbling themselves. They have a humility that is lost from the earth.
Verse 34. For how shall I go up to my father, and the lad be not with me, lest peradventure I see the evil that shall come on my father. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 45, and verse 1. Then Joseph could not refrain himself before all them that stood by him, and he cried, cause every man to go out from me, and there stood no man with him, while Joseph made himself known unto his brethren. Verse 2.
So what he did, he put everybody out the room except for his brothers, because he couldn't contain himself anymore. Was this the third time he cried, right? Yeah, something like that. So he couldn't contain himself no more. So he said, everybody out but these dudes.
And that's love, man. Like imagine something like that happened in today's time. Think about this how destroyed we are. You will hate a Negro for 20 years because he owe you $5. You'll never trust your brother again because he took your girlfriend in middle school. You know what I'm saying? You'll never trust your sister again because she took your boyfriend in elementary school. You know what I'm saying? You think she just been jealous of you her whole life, and we will hate each other. You know what I'm saying? For decades. Never go to that brother, never go to that sister to talk about it, to hash it out. Just will hate each other, man. Well, his brother sold him, you know what I'm saying, into bondage. You know what I mean, sold him. You understand? And he sees his brothers, man, and he loves them so much that he has to leave. You know what I'm saying? Just to control himself from crying, man. Just control himself from weeping. He seen his younger brother and couldn't even hold himself together, had to leave, man. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because we, you know what I'm saying, have a different type of love, you know what I'm saying, for each other that no other nation can understand, man. And that's the love that comes from serving the Lord, man. There's a love from dedicating, you know what I'm saying, that comes from dedicating your life to serving the Most High. You understand? And you view things in a light that this society can't, you know what I'm saying, can't show you, man. You know what I mean? So like, what's up?
And if I may, you know, with this case, with this, I'm going to say this because of that. This case where they beat this brother, these 5 brothers beat this brother to death. We hate each other just for being black. We've been so destroyed in this nation. We hate each other just for being who we are. That's how destroyed we are in this country. I sit there and I watched a little bit of the tape last night, and they were boasting about beating this brother like that, man. You know, they were sitting up there like they had just beat an animal, and he deserved it, man, because we've learned to hate each other, man. That's why the ISUPK under Commandant General Yohana exists, man. You understand? To show us, man, how to love each other again, man. This ain't no joke. We got to fight through this hate, man. We got to throw this hate off our backs, man, and come back and love our brothers, man, and to hell with all these other nations, man.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 45 and verse 2. And he wept aloud, and the Egyptians in the house of Pharaoh heard.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 45, verse 3 in Hebrew. Waya Amar, Yawasap, Al, Akyawa, Anya, Yawasap, Iwad, Abiyah, Kaya, Wala'a, Yakolwa, Akyawa, La Ainawath, Athwa, Kaya, Naba, Holwa, Bapanyawa. Verse 4. Waya Amar Yawasab Al Akyawa. Gashwa Na'a Alia. Waya Gashwa. Waya Amar Anya Yawasap Akyakum Ashar. Makaratham. Athia. Matazarayam. No, Matazarayam. Matazarayam. The land of Egypt. Okay. Verse 5. Wa'atha al ha'ai tazabawa or tazabwa ha'ai tazabwa wa'al yakar ba'ayanayakam kaya makaratham Athia, Hana, Kaya, Lamak Kaya, Shalak Naya, Alahayim, Lapanyakam. Verse 6. Kaya, Za, Shanathium. Hara'ar, no, Hara'aib, Bakwarab, Ha'arataza, Wa'aiwad, Kamash, Shanyum, Ashar, Ayan, Kariyash, Wakwatazayar, verse 7. Wala shalak naya alahayam la panyakam la shalom lakam sha'ariyath ba'arataza wala hakayawath lakam la polyata gadala. Verse 8. Wa aitha la'a atham shalak katham athia hana kaya ha'alahayam waya shayamanya shayamnya la ab la para'ai wala adawan la kal bayathwa wamawal bakal aratazar matazarium. Verse 9. Maharwa wa alwa al anya wa adam wa maratham al yawa ka amar banak or banaka yawasap shamnaya or shamanya alahayam la adawan kal matazarium rada alia al ha'aimad. Okay, so you pick it up from 3.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 45, and verse 3. And Joseph said unto his brethren, I am Joseph. Doth my father yet live? And his brethren could not answer him, for they were troubled at his presence. Verse 4. And Joseph said unto his brethren, Come near to me, I pray you. And they came near. And he said, I am Joseph, your brother, whom ye sold into Egypt. Verse 5. Now therefore be not grieved nor angry with yourselves that ye sold me hither. For God did send me before you to preserve life. Verse 6. For these 2 years hath the famine been in the land, and yet there are 5 years in the which there shall neither be earing nor harvest. Verse 7. And God sent me before you to preserve you, a posterity in the earth, and to save your lives by a great deliverance.
So here he's telling you, remember, he's an interpreter of dreams, of course, and he's telling you that there was a great purpose behind all of this. This was to set Israel up to become a nation, in other words. This is like setting the table for Israel to be a nation and to come into Egypt. You understand? Because this is God's purpose, of course.
Verse 8. So now it was not you that sent me hither, but God, and he hath made me a father to Pharaoh, and lord of all his house, and a ruler throughout all the land of Egypt. Haste ye, verse 9, haste ye, and go up to my father, and say unto him, Thus saith thy son Joseph, God hath made me lord of all Egypt. Come down unto me, tarry not.
This is when all of Israel is going to come into Egypt after this. But this is a great story, man. You know what I'm saying? This is a very heartfelt story. This is the truth, man. This is the beginning of Israel. In order for you to, the Most High is the architect of all truths, of everything. And the Bible is the blueprint for us, man. That's what it is for us. To know these scriptures, man, is to know yourself. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 45 and verse 10 in Hebrew. Wayeshabath ba'aratazar gashan wahayayath kwarawab aliyah atha wabanyaka wabanya banyaka wataza anaka waba kwarad wawa salake waba kwaraka wakal ashar laka. Verse 11. Waka la kalathia athaka sham kaya iwad kamash shanyam ra'aib salaki ra'aib pan hawarash thawar rash atha wabiathaka wakal ashar laka. Verse 12. Wahana ayanayakam ra'awath wa ayanaya akia banaya mayan kaya paya hamadabar aliyakam. Verse 13. Waha gadatham the abiya ath kal kabawadia bamatazarium wa ath kal ashar la ayathim wama haratham wa radatham ath abiya hana. Verse 14. Waya Paul al tazawa aria banayaman akiwa wayabatka waba nayama waba nayaman baka al tazawa aria yawa tazawa ariyawa. Verse 15. Waya nashak lakal akiwa waya baka aliyahum wa akaria khan the barwa akiwa afwa. Verse 16. Wahakwal Nashemai Bayath Parai La Amar Ba'awa Akia Yawasap Waya Yatab Ba'ayanaya Parai Wa Ba'ayanaya Abadjawa. Okay, we get started at 10, right?
This the book of Genesis, chapter 45 and verse 10. What do we stop? 17?
Yeah.
Kind of gone.
16.
16, Salakia. This the book of Genesis, chapter 45 and verse 10. God. And thou shalt dwell in the land of Goshen, and thou shalt be near unto me, thou and thy children, and thy children's children, and thy flocks, and thy herds, and all that thou hast. Verse 11, and there will I nourish thee, for yet there are 5 years of famine, lest thou and thy household and all that has come to poverty. And be verse 12, and behold, your eyes see, and the eyes of my brother Benjamin, that it is the water. It is my mouth that speaketh unto you. Verse 13. And ye shall tell my father of all my glory in Egypt, and of all that ye have seen, and ye shall haste and bring down my father hither. Verse 14. And he fell upon his brother Benjamin's neck and wept, and Benjamin wept upon his neck. Verse 15. Moreover, he kissed all his brethren and wept upon them. And after that, this brethren talked with him. Verse 16. And the fame thereof was heard in Pharaoh's house, saying, Joseph's brethren are come, and it pleased Pharaoh well in his servants. Verse 17.
You're doing great, brother. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 45, and verse 17 in the Hebrew. Wayamar parai al yawasap, amar al akyaka, za'ath, aishawa, the ta'ainwa, ath, baya yarakam, walakwa, ba'awa, arataza, kanain. Verse 18. Wakwakwa, ath, abiakam, wa ath, bathiakam, wa ba'awa, aliyah, wa athana, lakam, ath, tawab, arataza, matazarium, wa akolwa, ath, Chalab ha'arataza. Verse 19. Wa'atha tazawayatha za'ath aishawa kwakwa lakam ma'arataza matazarium agalawath latapakam walanashiakam wanasha atham ath abiakam waba'atham. Verse 20. Wa'ayanayakam salakia wa'ayankam al thakam al kaliakam kaya tawab kal arataza matazarium lakam hawa'a. Verse 21. Waya aishawa khan banya yasha Allah wayathan laham yawasap aigalawath al paya para'i wayathan laham tazada ladaraka. Verse 22. Lakalam Nathan Sha'ayash Kalapawath Shamalath, wala Banyamun, wala Salakia, wala Banyamin, la Banya. Hold on a second. Nope, but it's not. Yeah, that's it. Wala Banyamin, Nathan, Shalash, Ma'awath, Kasap, Wakamash, Halapath, Shamalath. 23 should be the last one, right? Verse 23. Wala Abanyawa. No, Salakia. Wala Abiyawa. Shalak. Kaza'ath. Aishara. Hamarium. Nasha'ayim. Matawab. Matazarium. Wa Aishar. Afanath. Nasha'ath. Bar. Walacham. Wamazawan. La Abiyawa. La Daraka. All right, pick it up from 17.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 45 and verse 17. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, say unto thy brethren, that this do ye, lay your breast and go, get you unto the land of Canaan. Verse 18, and take your father and your households, and come unto me, and I will give you the good of the land of Egypt, and ye shall eat the fat of the land. Verse 19, now thou art commanded, this do ye, take ye wagons out of the land of Egypt for your little ones and for your wives, and bring your father and come. Verse 20, also regard not your stuff, for the good of all the land of Egypt is yours. Verse 21, and the children of Israel did so, and Joseph gave them wagons according to the commandment of Pharaoh, and gave them provision for the way. Verse 22, to all of them he gave each man changes of raiment, but to Benjamin he gave 300 pieces of silver and 5 changes of raiment. Verse 23, and to his father he sent after this manner, 10 asses laden with the good things of Egypt, and 10 she asses laden with corn and bread and meat for his father by the way.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 45 and verse 24 in Hebrew. Wayashalak, Ath, Akiyawa, Layawak, Wayalakal, no, Salakia, Wayalakawa, Waya Amar, Alahum, Al, Haragazawa, Baraka. Verse 25. Waya Alawa, Mama Tazarium, Waya Ba'awa, Aratazar, Kanain, Al, Yaiquab, Abiyahum. Verse 26. Wayagadwa, Lawa, La Amar, Iwad, Yawasap, Kaya, Wakaya, Hawa'a, Mashal, Bakal, Aratazar, Matazarium, Wayapag, Labua, or Labawa, Kaya, La'a, Ha'amayan, Lahum. Verse 27. Wayadabarwa, Aliyawa, Ath, Kal, the Baria, Yawasap, Lashar, the Bar, Alaham, Wayara'ah, Ath, Ha'ai, Galawath, Ashar, Shalak, Yawasap, Lasha'ath, Athwa, Wathakaya, Rawath, Ya'aikwab, Abiham. In verse 28, Waya Amar, Yasha'ala, Rab, Iwad, Yawasap, Banya, Haya, Alakam, Alaka, Salakia, Alaka, Wa'a, Anwa, Bataran, Amawath. Okay, we got to go to the next chapter, right? Next chapter. Okay, this we're doing two in this chapter, right? Two verses, right? This is the book of Genesis, chapter 46, and verse 1 in Hebrew. Kamakan. Wayasai, Yasha'ala, Wakal, Ashar, Lawa, Wayaba'a, Ba'ara, Shabai, Wayazabak, Zabakium, Lahaya, Abiawa, Yatazakak, Yatazakak, Yatazakak. Verse 2, Waya Amar, Alahayim, Layasha Allah, Bamara'ath, Halayala, Waya Amar, Ya'aikwab, Waya Amar, Hagunya, no, Hananya. Okay, so you're gonna pick it up. Go back. You're gonna pick it up at 24.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 45, and verse 24. So he sent his brethren away, and they departed. And he said unto them, see that ye fall not out by the way. Verse 25. And they went up out of Egypt, and came into the land of Canaan, unto Jacob their father. Verse 26. And told him, saying, Joseph is yet alive, and he is governor over all the land of Egypt. And Jacob's heart fainted, for he believed them not. Verse 27. And Joseph and they told him all the words of Joseph, which he had said unto them. And when he saw the wagons which Joseph had sent to carry him, the spirit of Jacob their father revived. Verse 28. And Israel said, it is enough. Joseph, my son, is yet alive. I will go and see him before I die. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 46, and verse 1. And Israel took his journey with all that he had, and came to Beersheba, and offered sacrifices unto the God of his father Isaac. Verse 2. And God spake unto Israel in the visions of the night, and said, Jacob, Jacob. And he said, here am I.
The pair items means to stand. You understand? Of course, next week, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna pick it right back up. You understand? Joseph finally revealed the truth to him. You understand? Now they know what's up. I mean, you imagine you seen your brother damn lifetime. Now you know he alive. You know what I'm saying? And well, doing better than ever. Who would have imagined, right? You understand? Huh? Something like that. Something like that. Oh, I can't pay Sadat no mind, man. But you know what I'm saying? We're gonna pick it up there. I'm saying again next week. 46 and 3. You know what I'm saying? Genesis chapter 46 and verse 3. You understand? Pick it back up. Continue diving into our culture, man. Continue diving into our records. Because these are our forefathers, man. You know what I'm saying? And learning about them, you know what I'm saying? Studying these scriptures, you know what I'm saying, informs us and lets us know what spirit we should be in, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the spirit of America is definitely not it, right? So if I could, Baba Kashar, Giannis off, you could, yeah. Brother, we're gonna get you another swig because I'm such. I love you so much. I love you so much. I'm gonna make sure you have another one. So much I love you, brother. I ain't gonna do you dirty. Other brothers, how you in here? Lit. Yum. So like this. Go ahead. This. Yep. There we go. Come on, yeah. Put some. Say it one more time. Put some power into it, man. La Shala. We ain't in no library now. You know what I'm saying? You can be a man in here. That's one of the reasons I love this school so damn much. In here, you can be a man. You speak, use your voice. You know what I'm saying? You know, we naturally loud. Niggas is loud. You know what I mean? No, it's all good. Right? So, men of Israel, gird thyself to prepare us to the Torah. Yeah. Left side. Right. Left side. You hold it. I will hold it like right there. But hold on the back of them. Put on your right shoulder, right? And just hold it like this. Yep. There you go. Yeah. Where you gotta secure. You know what I mean? Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shabrak Yah.
Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shabrak Yah.
Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shabrak Yah.
So Mariam, you go Mariam Shabbat, back to a Mariam, Barak. Now put your right hand up.
How about Shem Yahweh Shabrak Yah?
One time, correct. Come on back up. And you'll actually hold it for the prayers, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So just switch forward real quick. And y'all get a home with my blow Baba Kashar. He said in the middle. What? In the middle? Yeah, whichever one, you know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that work for you? It works for me. That sound correct. Yeah. All right. So you know what I'm saying? Medium. Wapan Yakwadum means rise and face the east. Always turn to your right side, right? Everything on the right side. It's all good. We'll start out with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew.
Abanawa.
Shabbat
Shemayim. Kodash.
Yah.
Shemka. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakwaka. Taba'ah.
Taba'ah.
Ratazayaka. Haya. Aisha. Ba'arataza. Kawa. Haya. Bashemayim. Nathan Lanawa. Lakam. Cow. Yawam. Wasalak Nawa. Kabawat Nawa. Kasalak Nawa. Kabawat Yanawa. Wala'ah. Tabi'aya Nawa. Banasaya 1. Abol. Awashaya Nawa. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwat. Waha'ala. Waha'aparif. Iwalamium.
Amen. In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
The prayer for the Hakak, the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah.
Baba Kashah.
Baba Kashah.
Nathan Lenawa.
Latandanawa.
Hakak.
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 Para'ah.
Larpa'ah.
Kal Makala.
Kal Makala.
Kal Madawa.
Wakal Madawa.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Latahar.
Latahar.
Matazarayim.
Hamatazarayim.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Lahakwium.
Lahakwiyam.
Hamathium.
Hamathium.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Al-Rakawaf.
Al-Rakawa.
Hatama'ala.
Hatama'ala.
Lagarashan.
Lagarashan.
Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah.
The water Aman.
The word Aman. In the English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shah. Please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shah, thank you, so be it.
This is the prayer for the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatha Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh
Why
Shai.
Yahweh Shah?
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Why Mayaka Allah?
Wa Alahayim.
Why Alahayim?
Matazabia.
Matazabiyah.
Alawap Yahana.
Alawap Yahana.
Alawapium.
Alawapium.
Hasaranyam.
Saranyam.
Kotazayanyam.
Kotazayanyam.
Hakoya Yoyum.
Koya Yoyum.
Wahagwatian.
Wahagwatian.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
Hashem Yahweh Shah.
The water Aman.
The word Aman. In the English, bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shah, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yahana, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, thank you, so be it.
The 121st Psalm in the Hebrew. Aisha.
Aisha,
Ayanya.
Ayanya,
Al-Hahariam.
Al-Hahariam,
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan,
Yaba'a.
Yaba'a,
Izaria.
Izaria,
Izaria.
Izaria,
Ma'aim.
Ma'aim,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Aisha.
Aisha,
Shamayam.
Shamayam,
Wa'aratazar.
Wa'aratazar,
Al-Yathan.
Al-Yathan,
Lamawat.
number what?
Regalka.
Wagalka,
Al-Yanawam.
Ayanawam,
Shamarka.
Shamarka,
Anala'a.
Anala'a,
Yanawam.
Yanawam,
Wala'a.
Wala'a,
Yayashun.
Yayishan,
Shawamar.
Shawamar,
Yasha'ala.
Yasha'ala,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Shamarka.
Shamarka,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Tazalka.
Zalka,
Al-Yad.
Al-Yad,
Yamyaka.
Yamyaka,
Yawamam.
Yawamam,
Hashamash.
Hashemash,
La'a.
Ah,
Yakaka.
Kaka,
Wayarak.
Wayarak,
Balayala.
Balayala,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Yashamarka.
Yashamarka,
Kalrai.
Kalrai,
Yashamar.
Yashamar,
Athnapashka.
Athnapashka,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Yashamar.
Yashamar,
Tazaatka.
Tazaaka,
Wawawaatka.
Wabawaaka,
Mayatha.
Mayatha,
Wa'aid Iwalam.
Wa'ayid Abalam. In English, I will lift up my eyes into the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore.
This is the 83rd Psalm in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim,
El Dami Alaka.
Al Dami Alaka,
Al Thakarash.
Al Thakarash,
Al Tashakwat.
Al Tashakwat,
Al.
Al
Kayahana.
Kayahana,
Awayabyaka.
Abayabyaka,
Yahama.
Yahama,
Yawan.
Yawan,
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash,
Al Imaka.
Al Imaka,
Irayamwa.
Yaira Yamwa,
Sawada.
Sawada,
Wayatha.
Wayatha,
Ya Aitazawa.
Yaitazawa,
Al Tazapawanyaka.
Al Tazapawanyaka,
Amarwa.
Amarawa,
Lakawa.
Lakawa,
Wanakakidam.
Wanakakidam,
Magoya.
Magoya,
Wala.
Wala'a,
Yazakar.
Yazakar,
Sham Yasha'ala.
Sham Yashala,
Iwada.
Iwada,
Kaya.
Kaya,
Nawa Aitazawa.
Nawa Aitazawa,
Laba.
Laba,
Yakadwa.
Yakadya,
Alyaka.
Alyaka,
Garayath.
Varya,
Yakarathwa.
Yakarathwa,
Aholia.
Aholia,
Alawam.
Adawam,
Yashamai.
Yashamai,
Alayam.
Alayam,
Mawaaba.
Mawa'aba,
Wahagarium.
Wahagorium,
Gabal.
Gabal,
I'm a one.
Waimawan,
I'm a lot.
Waimalak,
Palashat.
Palashat,
I'm Yashabia.
I'm Yeshabia,
Tazawar.
Tazawar,
Gam Ashawar.
Gam Ashawar,
Nalawa.
Nalawa,
Imam.
Imam,
Hayawa.
Ayawa,
Zarawai.
Zarawai,
Labanya Lawat.
Labanya Lawat,
Salah.
Salah,
Aishalaham.
Aishalam,
Kamadin.
Kamadian,
Kasaya.
Kasaya,
Sara'ah.
Sarah,
Kayabian.
Kayabian,
Anachal.
Banakal,
Kwayashwan.
Kwayashwan,
Nashamadwa.
Nashamadwa,
Ayan.
Bayan,
Da'ara.
Dara,
Hayawa.
Ayawa,
Daman.
Daman,
Adama.
Ladama,
Shayatamwa.
Sayatamwa,
Nada.
Nada,
Yabmawa.
Yabmawa,
Kayarab.
Karab,
Bakazaba.
Kazaba,
Bakazabak.
Kazabak,
Bakatazal.
Katazal,
Mana'ai.
Manai,
Kal Nasaya Kamwa.
Kal Nasai Kamwa,
Ashar.
Ashar,
Amarwa.
Amarwa,
Naya Rashad.
Nayarasha,
Lanawa.
Lanawa,
Na'awa.
Na'awa,
Alahayam.
Alahayam,
Alahaya.
Alahaya,
Shayatamwa.
Sayatamwa,
Kagogila.
Kagogala,
Kakwash.
Kwash,
Lapanya Rawaka.
Lapanya Rabaka,
Ka'ash.
Ka'ash,
Shabiaira.
Tabayaira,
Yaira.
Yaira,
Wakalahaba.
Kalahaba,
Talahat.
Talahat,
Harayam.
Arayam,
Khan.
Khan,
Faradapma.
Taradapma,
Basa Iraka.
Basa Iraka,
Wabasa.
Wabasa,
Wapathka.
Wapatka,
Tabahalam.
Tabahalam,
Mala'ah.
Mala'a,
Aham.
Panyaham,
Kwalawan.
Kwalawan,
Wayabakwashwa.
Wayabakwashwa,
Shimka.
Shimka,
Yahawa.
Yahawa,
Yabashwa.
Yabashwa,
Wayabaholwa.
Wayabaholwa,
Aija'ai.
Ayadiyai,
Wayakaparwa.
Wayakaparawa,
Wayabadwa.
Wayabadwa,
Wayadayawa.
Wayadayawa,
Kaya Atha.
Kayata,
Shimka.
Shimka,
Yahawa.
Yahawa,
Labadka.
Labadka,
Alyawan.
Al-Yawan,
Al-Kal Ha'arataza.
Al-Kaharataza. In English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarenes, Gabal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb and like Zeeb. Yea, all their princes, as Abah and as Almunah, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as a stubble before the wind, as a fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish. that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High over all the earth.
Men of Israel, we give the teacher one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Agmajum, Shabbat, Agmajum, Barak, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh, Shabbat, Yajim, Matar, class dismissed.
Grace. SPK Sabbath Service has officially begun. Shapar, which means horn. Dayan stands for wine. La Yasharala, which means to Israel. Shapar. Men of Israel and Majam. We're going to recite the prayers, starting with the Lord's Prayer. Saw upon your Hakwadam, which means turn to face the east. The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakovka, Taba'a, Ratazaka, Haya, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashemayim, Natanlanawa, Lakam, Kal, Yavam, Wasalaklanawa, Kawawafyanawa, Kasalaknawa, Kawawafyanawa, Wala'a, Tabayayanawa, Banasayawan, Abal, Hawashayanawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wa'ala, Wa'atapara, La'iwalamya, Aman, in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever, so be it. Hakak, the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Baba Kushah, Natan Lanawa, Hakak, Hakak, Larapa'ah, Karamakala, Wakamanawa, Hakak, Lata'ah, Hamatazarayam, Hakak, Lahakwayam, Hamathiam, Hakak, Rakaraf, Hatama Allah, Lagarashan, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Tawada Aman. In the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahushua, thank you, so be it. Psalm 121 in the Hebrew, Asha'ah, Ayanya, Ha-Hahoriam, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Izoria, Ma'ain, Yahweh, Aisha, Shamayam, Ra'arataza, Al-Yatan, Lamawat, Wagalka, Al-Yanawam, Shamarka, Hanala'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yayashan, Shawamar, Yasharala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Adiyad, Yamyanka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'a, Yakaka, Rayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal Rai, Yashamar, Afna Pashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazaafka, Wabawaaka, Ma'aita, Wa'ait Iwalam, in the English. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. Psalm 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, al damaya lakab, al takarash, wa al tashakwat, al kayahana, al yabyaka, Yahama yawan, wa mashana yakab, nash sha'awa, ra'ash, al aimaka, yaira yamwa, sawad, wa yata yaita zawa, ata zapawanyaka, amarwa, lakawa, wa nakakyadam, magoya, Wala'a, Yazakar, Sham Yasharala, Aiwad, Kaya, Nawaitazawa, La, Yakadwa, Alyaka, Bara'af, Yakarafwa, Aholia, Adawam, Wayashamalayam, Mawa'aba, Wahagoriam, Gabor, Wa'aimawan, Wa'aimalak, Palashaf, Aim Yashabia, Tazawar, Gum Ashawar, Nalawa, Aimam, Hayawa, Zawai, Labanya Lawat, Salah, Aisha Laham, Kamadian, Kasayasara'a, Kayabian, Banakor, Kwayashwan, Nashamadwa, Bayanda Ara, Hayawa, Daman, La Adama, Shayatamwa, Nadayabmawa, Kaira, Wakaza Abba, Wakaza Bak, Wakata Zalmanai, Kana Sayakamwa, Ashar, Amarwa, Nayara Shah, La Nawa, Na Awaf, Alahayam, Alahaya, Shayatamwa, Kagogala, Kakwash, Lapanya Rakap, Ka'ash, Tabaira Yaira, Wakalahaba, Talahat, Haryam, Kantaradatma, Basa Iraka, Wabasa Wapafka, Tabahalam, Mala'a, Panyaham, Kwalawan, Wayabakwashwa, Shamka, Yahweh, Yabashwa, Wayabaawa, Aya, Wayakapawa, Wayabadwa, Wayadaira, Kaya, Afa, Shamka, Yahweh, Labadka, Ayawan, Alka Arakaza. Keep not thy silence, O my power. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O my power. For lo, thy enemies make it tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hated ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites, of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabor, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Asar also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb and like Zahab. Yea, all their princes as Zabah and as Zamuna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of the power and possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth for wood, and as the flame set of the mountains on fire, to persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High over all the earth. Blessing in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh, wa Yahweh Shah, wa Mayaka Allah, wa Alahayim, Matazabya'a, Alawak Yahana, ha Alawak, ha Saranyam, ha Kwatazayanyam, Ha Kaya Yum, Waha Aquathian, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, Tawada Aman in the English. Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yohanan, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it. I should be curses. Bless us, you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, listen to us now, right now. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force their riches to enter into that sanctuary. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the Edomites and the nations and their drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Pasi Kamatazi, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space programs, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet and the airwaves, the cable access channels, and the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro to the earth and consume them. Let the plagues shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahweh Shai, Michael, and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak that word. Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you always. So be it. So always wants to turn. Shabbat, you must be seated. Son of Christ. All right. Last week, we left off at Job chapter 20, verse 3. Let's double check that. All right, Job chapter 20 and 3. Today, we're going to pick it up at the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 4. All right. Bear with me. That's off. Job chapter 20 and 4. Haza'af, Yadaith, Manayah, Aid, Manya, Shayam, Adam, Layah, Arataza, Vesav, Kaya, Ra, Nanaf, Rashai, Yum, Makwa, Rob, Washa, Makath, Kanap, Idea, Ragai, verse 6, Ya'ai Laha, Lashamiam, Shaya'al, Ra Ashwa, La'aib, Yagayai, verse 7, Kagalawa, Lana Tazak, Ya Abad, Rayawa, Ya Amara, Ayan, verse 8, Kaka Lawam, Ya Wa, Wa'a, Yamataza, Wow, Wamataza, Wahawa, Wayadad, Kaka, Kaka Zayawan, Layalaha, verse 9, Ayan, Shaza Gata, Shaza Gathawa, Wala'a, Thawa Sayap, Wala'a, Aidwad, Tasha Ranwa, Makwa Wamawa, verse 10, Banyawa, Yara Tazawa, Dalayam, Daliam, Wayad Dayawa, Tasha Banaha, Awa Nawa, we studied that verse 4. 10 is the last verse. Picking it up in the English. This is the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 4 in the English. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth? All right, so this is Zophar in verse 1. Zophar answering Zophar the Nahamathite, right? Answering to Job. And this is what he said after verse 2 and 3. In verse 4, he says, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth? Verse 5, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment, though his excellency mount up to the heavens and his head reach unto the clouds. All right, so this is Zophar basically talking to Job about his situation. And what he's saying here is definitely the truth, right? That the triumphing of wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. The issue with these two brothers going back and forth with Job is that Job was not an evil man. He wasn't going through what he was going through because he was a hypocrite, or because he was a wicked person. Verse 6, though his excellency mount up to the heaven and his head reach out into the clouds. Verse 7, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? Verse 8, he shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. Verse 9, the eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall displace any more behold him. Verse 10, his children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods. All right. We're picking it up in the Hebrew in verse 11. I tazama waf yawa, I tazama waf yawa, mala awa, I la wa ma, I la wa ma wa, wa I ma wa, I pa, tashakab, verse 12, tama tayak, Tama Tayakwa, Bapayawa, Ra'aiha, Yaka Kayadna, Takaf, Lasha Wanwa, verse 13, Yakamal, I Layaha, Aliyaha, Wala'a, Ya'ai, Za, Bana, Waya, Manai, Naha, Bathawat, Kakao, verse 14, Lakamawa, Ba Ma'ayawa, Nahapat, Mara, Warath, Pathanium, Bakwa Rabawa, verse 15, Kayal, Balai, Waya Nawa, Maba, Tanwa, Yawa Rash, Shanwa, Al, verse 16, Ra'ash, Pathanium, Yayanakwa, Tha Ragawa, Lashawan, Apahaiha, verse 17, Al, Yara'ah, Bapal, Gawath, Nahariya, Nakalia, Dabash, Wakamaha, Dabash, and Nakamaha is butter, honey butter. You're gonna find out the context. This was verse 17, which was the last verse of this set. We're picking it up in the English, Job 20 and verse 11. His bones are full of the sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. Verse 12. Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth, yet his meat and his bowels is turned. It is the gall of asps within him. All right. So what is this brother's name? Zophar. All right. So what he's saying here is basically dealing with a wicked man, right? That wickedness is in his mouth, and even though that it like he said in verse 13, though he spared not and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth. So a lot of people, they, even though they are wicked, they will not change their ways. They will remain wicked, right? And they don't change to say, you know what I'm saying or what I'm doing is an evil thing, and they remain wicked. And in verse 13, yet his meat and his bowels is turned. So that means that their wickedness, like it says here, like the God of apes within him. Apes is Egyptian cobra. That's a snake. You know, there's a snake that has a venom in it that basically could kill you. So it's saying that wickedness, it's like a poison within him, right? And which is right. But the thing is, like I was saying earlier, this has nothing to do with Job, and we're gonna see how Job responded after hearing this brother basically belittling him as if he was a wicked man. Verse 15, he have swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. God shall cast them out of his belly, which is the context of like the apes or the cobra, the snake poison being within him. So you're taking all this riches, and that riches become like a poison unto you. You living a wicked life, that wicked life become like as a poison unto you. God shall cast them out of his belly. Verse 16, he shall suck the poison of apes. The viper's tongue shall slay him. Right? Verse 17, last verse. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. to that. Job chapter 20, verse 18 in the Hebrew. Mashayab, it's like Yagai, Wala'ah, Yabalai, Kakayal, Tha Mawarafwa, Wala'ah, Ya'ailam, verse 19, Kaya, Ra Tazai, it's like Ra Taza, Ra Taza, I Zab, Dalium, Bayath, Gazal, Wala'ah, Yaba Nahwa, verse 20, Kaya La'ah, Yadai, Shalwa, Babatanawa, Baka Mawadwa, La'ah, Yamalat, verse 21, Ayan, Shariad, La'ah, Kalwa, Isla, Kun, La'ah, Yakayal, Tawa, Bawa, verse 22, Bamalawath, Shapakwawa, Yatazar, Lawa, Kal, Yad, Aimal, Tabawa, Anawa, verse 23, Yahaya, Lamala'ah, Bathanawa, Yashalak, Bawa, Kara 1, Apwa, Waya Matar, I Layamwa, Bala Kawamwa, verse 24, Yabarak, Mana Shakwa, Bara, Bazal, Takalapwa, Kwashat, Nakawasha, verse 25. Study that. Verse 24. We studied at verse 18. 24 is the last verse. Yakaraf. 24 is the last verse. Picking it up in the English, verse 18. Job chapter 20, verse 18. That which he laboreth for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein, because he have oppressed and have forsaken the poor. And that's what the rich do. Right? The scripture says, do not rich men oppress you. Right? And this is the attribute of a rich man, to oppress the poor, wicked man. Right? When they get their riches, they do not help the poor. Right? And which was not the case of Job. Because he have oppressed and have forsaken the poor, because he have violently taken away an house which he builded not. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired. Verse 21, there shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. Verse 22, and the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. Verse 23, when he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. So You look at Job's situation, who was a rich man, who had a big family, and he had a lot of possession, and all of that was taken away from him. When Safar, I believe the brother's name, right? Zafar, when he is talking to Job, he is insinuating that he's going through what he's going through because he's a wicked man, because of evil, because these things is what happen to evil people, right? In a few verses, we'll see Job responds to that. But this is what's going on here in this chapter. In verse 23, when he is about to fill his belly, we just read that. Verse 24, he shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. So that means you could avoid to be punished in one way, and you're going to end up getting punished in another way. You're trying to avoid a bullet as a wicked man. You're trying to avoid the bullet, and then you die of the COVID-19, or you die of the monkeypox, or you die, in a car accident. All right, this is basically what he's saying here. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. So no matter what happened, you can't escape the punishment that you are due. Job chapter 20, verse 25 in the Hebrew, Shalap waya tazaa magawa waba rokwa mama rathwa yaha lak I layua amayam, verse 26, call kashak Tamawan, Latazapa, one Yawa, treasures. That's what that means. Ta'a, Kalawa, Ash, La'a, Napak, Yarai, Sharayad, Bahawa, verse 27, Yagawa, Shamayam, I Wanwa, Wa'arataza, Matha Kwawa, Mathakwa, Wama, Lawa, verse 28, Yagal, Yabawa, Bayafwa, Nana Raraf, Bayawam, Apwa, verse 29. Study that. What's that? 25. Verse 29. Zaha, Kalak, Adam, Rashai, Ma'alahayam, Wana Kalaf, Amawa, Ma'al. Next chapter 21, verse 1. Waya'ain, Ayawab, Waya Amor, verse 2. Shamaiwa. Shamai is what we hear. I mean, what we say to say like silence or listen, right? So if you ever hear when a higher-ranking man, he may be speaking, right, while everybody else is having a conversation, and he will say Shamai, right? That means to listen, to hear, to listen, to hearken, right? And depending on the context, may also mean like quiet, right? So you gotta remain quiet in order for you to listen. Job 21 and verse 2. Shamaiwa, Shamawai, Malafia, Watha Haya, Zaaf, Tawada, Zaaf, Tana, Ka, Tawa Kawamafiakam, verse 3. Sha'a Wanya, Wa'anakia, Adabar, Wa'akar, Dabaria, Tala'ai Yad. I believe this is the last verse. We studied at 20, what's that? 25. All right. Verse 3 is the last verse. We're picking it up in the English. Job chapter 20, verse 25 in the English. It is drawn and cometh out of the body. Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him, and darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. Verse 27. The heaven shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. Verse 28. The increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath. Basically talking about everything that Job is going through, right? It's like he's taking subliminal shots at Job. Verse 29, this is the portion of a wicked man. He didn't say this is the portion of you, Job, right? He's talking subliminal, right? This is the portion of a wicked man. Yeah, this is what happened. You lose your cattle, you lose all your cattle, which happened to Job's. His family, he lost his family, which happened to him. So he's basically talking about everything that happens to Job. This is what happened to a wicked man. This is the portion of a wicked man from God, and the heritage appointed unto him by God. Chapter 21. Now, this is Job answering to everything so far. I kept forgetting this brother's name. Zophar, that's right. Everything Zophar said, right? And this is Job answer. Job 21 and verse 1. But Job answereth and said, hear diligently my speech, and let these be your consolations. Verse 3. Suffer me that I may speak, and after that I have spoken, mocked on. Right? As for me is my complaint to men. So Job says, suffer me that I may speak, and after that I have spoken, mock on. I mean, he continue mocking me. Like after I've spoken, mock on, because you're mocking me basically. And this is the spirit of what everything so far is saying here. Although what he's saying is right? Like the portion of a wicked man, right? Evil shall be the portion of a wicked man. I'm paraphrasing what he said earlier, right? A wicked man will not triumph, right? Or his triumphing shall be short. The joy of a hypocrite is but for a moment. All of these things are true, but the issue is it's a mockery to Job, and it is a mockery because it doesn't fit why he's going through what he's going through. All right, so this is key. Verse 4, as for me, in my complaint to men, as for me, is my complaint to men, and if it were, so why should not my spirit be troubled? Mock me. So that was the last verse. We're picking it up in the Hebrew. Paratazar, just give me a count, all right? Make sure I'm correct. I'm not sure which set I'm on. I started at 20 and 4. Thawada. Job chapter 21, verse 5. Pa Nawa Alia Waha Shamwa, Washa Yamwa, Yad, Il, Paha, verse 6, Wa'am, Zakar, Zakarthia, Wana, Bahal, Wana, Ba, Lathia, Wa'akaza, Basharia, Palaiwath, verse 7, Madawai, Rasha'ayam, Yaka Yawa, I Takwawa, Gum, Gabawa, Kayal, verse 8, Zaraim, Nakawan, Lapanya, Imam, Wataza, Taza, Yum, La'ai, Yum, verse 9, Bath, Yum, Shalom, Mapakad, Wala'ah, Shabbat, Alawa, I, Layam, verse 10, Shawar, Rawah, Ibar, Wala'ah, Yaga'ayu, Tapalat, Parafwa, Wala'ah, Tashakal, verse 11, Yashalakwa, Katazaan, Walayam, Waya Ladium, Yarakwa, the one, verse 12. We studied that, 5? 11. Verse 12 will be the last. 11 was the last verse. Job chapter 21, verse 5. Mark me and be astonished. And be God.
You say you start off at 20, Job 21
and 5.
And 5?
God.
Because I have start off is at 4.
Oh, I'm supposed to start at 4. That's correct. I am supposed to start at 4 because I left off at 21 and 3. The water. So that would mean it's 4 to 10. 4. 10. All right. So
this is set 4 you're reading now.
This is set 4. The water. So we're in Job 21 and 4 to 10. Verse 4. As for me is my complaint to man, and if it were so, why should not my spirit be troubled? Verse 5. Mark me and be astonished, and lay your hand upon your mouth. Verse 6. Even when I remember, I am afraid, and trembling taketh hold of my flesh. Verse 7. Wherefore do the wicked live, become old? Wherefore do the wicked live, become old, yea, are mighty in power? Verse 8. Their seed is established in their sight with them, and their offspring before their eyes. Verse 9. Their houses are safe from fear, neither is the rod of God upon them. Verse 10. Their bull gendereth, and filleth not. Their cow calveth, and casteth not her calf. All right. So as Zophar is talking, saying, this is what happened to a wicked man, Job is saying over here that, the wicked are safe, right? The wicked are safe, and their bull is gendered. That means they have a no bull, and which is the case a lot of times. When you see the wicked, you see how prosperous they are. They are people who are prosperous. That's why it's because their punishment will come. right? The scripture says, I'm paraphrasing, don't ask when, man, I'm paraphrasing, I'm butchering it. But basically, don't ask when the wicked shall be punished, because his punishment is coming. So though you see that he may be prospering and he's multiplying riches, this is a lot of times this is what happens, right? Just because somebody's wicked, don't mean they get punished right away, right? So now Job is being tried, right, by the Most High through Satan, but it wasn't because he was a wicked man. So he's giving the analogy here of how rich people, how they could be safe as well. The same way that so far was saying, well, rich person, they're gonna lose their family, they're not gonna triumph, referring really to Job's situation. Job here is showing, well, this is what happened also with rich people. All right. We in verse 9, their houses are safe from fear, neither is the rod of God upon them. Verse 20, their bull gendereth and filleth not, their cow calveth and casteth not her calf. Picking it up in the Hebrew in verse 21, you got your garment? You got your garment? Put it on. It's the Sabbath service. Verse 21, it's like verse 11 in the Hebrew, chapter 21, verse 11. Yashalakwa, Ka Tazaan, I Wayalyam, Wayaladyam, Yarakwa, the one, verse 12. Yashawa, Kata, Waka, Nawar, Waya Shamakwa, Nakwawa, I Wagab, verse 13, Yabalwa, Yakalwa, Bathawab, Yum, Waba, Wagai, Sha'wa, Yakafwa, verse 14, Waya Amawa, La'al, Sawar, Mamanwa, Wadai, Dara Kayak, La'a, Kapa Tazanwa, verse 15, Maha, Shadia, Saladia. You got your garment? No. Verse 16, Han La'a Bayadam Tawabam I Tazaf Rasha'ai Yam Waka Kwa Manya, verse 17. Started at what? 11, right? 11, 17 will be the last verse. Kama Nara Rasha'ayam Yadai Wayaba'a I Layamwa Ayadam Kabalyam Yakalakwa Ba'abwa, verse 17 is the last verse. Picking it up in English, Job chapter 21, verse 11. They send forth their subtle ones like a flock, and their children dance. When's this one? And their children dance, verse 12. They take the timbrel and harp and rejoice at the sound of the organ, verse 13. They spend their days in wealth and in a moment go down to the grave, verse 14. Therefore they say unto God, depart from us, for we desire not the knowledge of thy ways. This is not how Job lived. Job didn't live that way. Job didn't say, you know what, the hell with the Most High's knowledge. No, Job was, like the scripture says, a perfect man before the Most High. All right. Verse 15, what is the Almighty that we should serve him? And what profit should we have if we pray unto him? That says the wicked. Verse 16, lo, their good is not in their hand. The counsel of the wicked is far from me. Verse 17, how oft is the candle of the wicked put out? And how oft cometh their destruction upon them? God distributeth sorrows in his anger. Right? So, like Job says here, he's making a distinction. The counsel of the wicked is not, let me quote him correctly. The counsel of the wicked is far from me. Right? So he wasn't living a wicked life as so far in the other brother that we're going to see in the next chapter, as they're talking to Job, as they're reasoning and making it seem like he's going through what he's going through because he is a wicked, evil bastard. All right? So, what's your name? Ashaya. Come up. State your registry.
Ashaya Allah, Banaparia, Banyasha Allah.
Ashaya Allah, Banaparia, Banyasharala. Oh, Salai. All right.
Yahweh Hashem Yahshabakatah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahshabakatah. Shabia. You can take the Go on. You got it, right? Verse 20, we're in chapter 21, verse, what is that, 18, right, brothers? Verse 18. I think we just read 17. God, verse 18.
Job chapter 21, verse 18.
This is 5 or 6?
This is 6.
6, all right, God.
No, this is 7 actually.
This is 7?
You started off on 20, 20 and 4.
Yeah, just double check for me. You
Okay.
can do it and let me know when you finish.
Okay.
Not bad.
So volume.
Oh, you in 18?
Yeah, kind of.
21 and 18, and what's the first word you got?
So volume.
Nah. Where you started right here? All right, when you're looking at these, right? You see here, when he says 18, 18 do not start until after the colon. Okay. Because this is the end of 17. Gotcha. So 18 start right here. All right.
Verse 18. Yahweh. Yahweh. Kasbun. Tasaban. Lapunya. Rayach. Verse 19. Oh, Salash.
Still in 18. When the colon, that's the
That's
end of the verse.
Wakamai.
That's
Oh, Salash. Wakamataza. Yana. Janabaswa. Sopa. Verse 19. Alawa. Yatazapan. Labunyua. N.W.O, Yashalom, Aliwa, why died, verse 20. Yara'al, I won you, I yun Kayadwa, Wamakamath, Shadia, Yashatha, verse 21, Kaya, Ma Kapatazal, say it right in the first. Kapatazal, Baba Yathwa, Acharyawa, Wamasapar, Kadashua, Katazawa, verse 22, Halal, Yalmad, Daith, Wahawa, Ramayam, Yashapawa, verse 23, Za, Yamwath, Ba'atazam, the Mal, Kalawa, Shalanun, Shalanwa, Washalua, verse 24. Itayanyua, Mala'au, Khalab, Wamath, Itazamwath, Yawa, Yashaqua, verse 25.
Is this the last verse?
Salaki, so, I just recounted, 23 is the last verse.
23. And what set is this?
So, it will be, the last set.
This is the last set right here that we just read?
Yes, I was supposed to start at, Job chapter 21, verse 17 to, 20, verse 17 to, from 17 to 23.
Okay, and this is the last set.
Don't go.
Okay. Read it in English. Verse 1, this is verse 6 set.
Job chapter 21 and verse 17.
18, right? Prophets of 18.
I recounted, we started on, Job 20 and 4.
Right.
So that went to 10. That went to verse 10.
Okay, not 11.
Not 11.
Okay. So now we just did 11 and 17 before, right?
Come.
So if we did 11 to 17, then it will be 18 to 24, right? 18.
The, from 11 to 17.
11 to 17 was the sixth set.
I'm sorry, Slack, sir. The sixth set is, chapter 21, 10 to 16.
I started at 18.
I'm confused, bro. Hold on, say that again. Hold on one second. So the sixth set is what? From what verse to what verse?
Chapter 21,
Mhm.
verse 10 to 16.
That was the sixth set,
Okay.
10 to 16.
Okay.
So the seventh set we just read is supposed to be from 17 to 23.
Okay.
I got you. Okay. So read verse 17 to 23 in the English, and that will complete the sets.
Job 21.
I got the point.
Job 21 and 17. How oft is the candle of the wicked put out, and how oft cometh their destruction upon them? God distributeth sorrows in his anger. Verse 18. They are as stubble before the wind, and as chaff that the storm carrieth away. Verse 19. God layeth up his iniquity for his children. He rewardeth him, and he shall know it. Verse 20. His eyes shall see his destruction, and he shall drink of the wrath of the Almighty. 21. For what pleasure hath he in his house after him, when the number of his months is cut off in the midst? 22. Shall any teach God knowledge, seeing he judgeth those that are high?
All right. So the Most High passed on his judgment, and he don't matter who you are. You could be a rich man, you could be wicked, or you could be righteous. You could be righteous, and then you go through what everybody will perceive that wicked men should be going through. Like Job's two friends, Zophar and what's the other brother's name in verse 20? Let me see his name real quick. Because after that, he speaks in verse 22, Eliphaz. Zophar and Eliphaz, Job's two friends, they perceived that everything that Job was going through was the punishment of a wicked man. You must be going through everything you're going through because you're wicked. Well, the Most High passed on his judgment, all right? And he does whatever the hell he wants. This is what a lot of people do not understand. And that's why you may become depressed because you're going through something and you're like, why me, God? Why me? Right? Like Job's wife was like, she just expected everything to be all peachy and rosy like they were, because everything was peachy and rosy at some point for Job. And as soon as trouble comes, she wanted Job to curse God. And Job's answer was, what, you just expect good to happen to us all the time? You don't expect no evil to happen to us? You can't get into a car accident. That means God don't exist anymore because you got into a car accident. You lose your job, God don't exist no more. As soon as trouble comes, God don't exist. Right? We can't be like this because the Most High does whatever the hell he wants. What we have to do is endure, whether we're going through good times or bad times. I'll keep going.
Verse 23.
Read verse 22 again.
Verse 22. Shall any teach God knowledge, seeing he judgeth those that are high?
All right? You cannot teach God knowledge. You can't tell God what it is that he has to do. You can't say, why me, God? All right? You can't do that. All right? 23.
One dieth in his full strength, being wholly at ease